In an earlier video, I looked at how we can use the Tuckman life cycle to understand the different ways that you can effectively lead a team at the different stages of your team's evolution. In this video, I want to zoom into the performing stage and to look in some more detail at the style of leadership which you need to offer your team to get the best from them when they are performing well. In the performing stage, your team doesn't need much guidance because they know their roles, they know what you expect of them, and they know how to deliver. And they don't need much supportive leadership either, because they know one another and can take care of their own relationships. They can resolve their own small conflicts and they can help one another out when they need it. So what is your role? It's a very subtle role because to an external observer, a team in the performing stage doesn't have an obvious leader. Different members of the team will step forward and take a leadership role as the team's agenda changes to an area of their own expertise or passion. And then when the team's task moves on to something else, other people will step forward and they will step back. Your role is a subtle one, and it is one very much in the background. Fundamentally, your role is to allow and to help your team to succeed at the tasks you have set them. And usually that requires a light touch. The first element of your leadership role has to be to maintain the environment in which your team can thrive. If we think back to Herzberg's two-factor model of motivation, there are things that motivate us, get excited, and there are things that if we don't have them, leave us feeling demotivated. We need the materials, the equipment, the knowledge, the tools to do our job. If we don't have them, we are demotivated. And therefore, a large part of your role as leader in the performing stage is to make sure your team has the things it needs to do its job. It is one of supply. As a result, you need to be thinking about the people that the team needs to be able to access to do their job, the information they need, the working conditions which will allow them to thrive. Anything you can do to build a pleasant and productive working environment, that's your job. And once you've done that, what's really going to get in the way is the kind of nonsense that a lot of organizations throw at us just because they employ us. So the next part of your role is to protect your team from all of those distractions. It's kind of like thinking of your role as team leader as one of providing and protecting. And the protecting thing means taking upon yourself many of the tasks that seem the most menial. If you can do those administrative tasks, if you can interpret those long, complicated emails and make them simple, then you are relieving your team members of the job of doing them for themselves. You are therefore making the team more efficient by doing it once for everyone, and you're taking away those distractions so they can get on with their job. There are, of course, some relationship tasks that you do need to take upon yourself. You need to arbitrate in disputes. If the conflict escalates to the level where the individuals cannot handle it themselves, or cannot handle it effectively or efficiently enough to clear it out the way so they can get on with their job, that's when you need to step in. If an important decision is needed and the team members don't feel confident to make it for themselves, then you need to step in and either make the decision or facilitate the process to help them make it for themselves. Your next role is to give people the opportunity to learn, to develop, to grow, and to excel. In allocating work, you exert leadership, firstly by choosing who does what, but secondly, by giving people the opportunities that they crave, the opportunities that are best for them and for their career, as well as for the organisation and what it is you are trying to do. A large part of your role as leader is nurturing the talent that will take over your role in the future or go elsewhere and take great roles, so that you can be seen to be someone who brings people forward and therefore are eminently promotable yourself. Remember, nobody's going to promote you if you are not able to bring people up to replace you. And finally, I think an important part of your leadership role is motivating your team. When the team is performing well, they will be largely self-motivating, but you need to maintain that, and the best way you can do that is again by giving people autonomy to do the things that they are good at, the ability to learn and grow and excel at those things, and crucially, recognition for what it is they've achieved and celebration of their successes. As a team leader during the performing stage, you will have lots of successes to celebrate, and if you do it right, then you will keep the team in the performing stage and therefore be discharging your leadership role perfectly. Because remember, in the performing stage, your role as a leader is to keep people performing at their peak. Please do give a thumbs up if you like this video. There's loads more great management courses content to come, so please do subscribe to our channel and hit the bell so you don't miss any of it. I look forward to seeing you in the next video, and in the meantime, keep learning.